Kanakri and welcome to the weekly World Climate Change News. All the fossil fuel burning infrastructure, vehicles and plants currently operating in the world will ensure a 1.5 degrees Celsius warming, surpassing the Paris Climate Agreement goals, unless some of the largest polluters close or are retrofitted to capture their carbon emissions. In the future, emissions will rise past 1.5 degrees Celsius due to the construction of even more carbon-emitting infrastructure. As global warming rises, heat waves continue to increase, severe precipitation increases, and an additional 10 million people are endangered from sea level rise, among other threats. The world's current infrastructure produces approximately 496 gigatons of CO2. Europe experienced an extreme heat wave in late June as temperatures rose to 114 degrees Fahrenheit over 45 degrees Celsius. The heat wave has endangered vulnerable older people, destroyed roads and railroad tracks. It even forced the postponement of national school exams in France. Global warming is the main cause, as it had made heat waves at least 5 times more likely and also more intense due to human-induced climate change. Temperature rose 10 degrees Fahrenheit above average in Germany, France, Switzerland, Austria, northern Spain, northern Italy, and Czech Republic. Extreme heat can also stress crops, disrupt pollination, and prompt flooding. The US is the world's top waste creator. It is also one of the worst countries at recycling the waste it produces. People in the US make up about 4% of the world's population. However, they manage to produce about 12% of the world's global waste. It is estimated that on average, each American produces about 1,700 pounds or 773 kilograms of solid waste per year. This is according to a report published by a risk management firm called Verisk Maplecroft. The report comes as the world is facing a mounting plastic crisis. Other industrialized countries like the UK, Canada, Germany, Netherlands, and Australia have also been cited as being responsible for the global waste crisis. A video that shows the police tear-gassing protesters at close range and forcibly removing them from the scene has gone viral. French riot police sprayed tear gas at peaceful protesters on a bridge above the Seine River. The protesters were activists who are part of the Extinction Rebellion group. They were demanding the French government to declare a climate emergency and take necessary action to avert planetary catastrophe. The Extinction Rebellion protest took place as temperatures in Paris reached 32 degrees Celsius. Paris was much cooler than other places that experienced temperatures of 45 degrees Celsius, according to the French Meteorological Agency. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have made the environment their social cause for July. The couple announced that they would use this month to draw attention to people and organizations working to improve the environment through their joint Instagram account. The Sussex royals chose to follow 15 accounts dedicated to the conservation of wildlife and 2 dedicated to the climate crisis. While some agree that such publicity will bring more attention to climate action, others say their timing may lead to accusations of hypocrisy. This is because official statistics detailing the royal family's footprint was just released, showing that the royal family's greenhouse gas emissions doubled last year due to air travel. Another worrying image showing mankind's impact on wildlife has gone viral. A black skimmer was photographed on a Florida beach while feeding its chick a cigarette butt. The photographer Karen Mason posted the picture online with the plea not to discard cigarette butts on the beach. The Ocean Conservancy reports cigarette butts are the most common form of trash found on beaches globally, while the Santa Cruz County Tobacco Education Coalition estimates the number of cigarette butts left behind amounts to 4.5 trillion. Apart from littering, the issue with cigarette butts is they are made of cellulose acetate, a type of plastic which never completely disintegrates. Meat-free substitutes are taking off both in the US and in Europe. Even large companies such as McDonald's and Burger King are now offering meat-free burgers. Eating more plant-based meat will help greatly reduce the carbon emissions produced by animal agriculture. Innovations in this field mainly come from the US, where the food industry is less heavily regulated. However, plant-based alternatives are becoming increasingly popular in Europe too. This is mostly due to their improved taste and health benefits. But whatever the reason to avoid meat, there is no doubt this is a great opportunity to cut emissions and help the environment. Ice levels in Antarctica have declined very rapidly. NASA satellite data shows the amount of ice in 2017 was 4.1 million square miles, the lowest ever recorded, down from 4.9 million square miles in 2014 when it reached its peak. The quantity of ice lost in these 3 years could cover the entire surface area of Mexico. While amazed by the rapidity of the ice loss, scientists are still uncertain whether this is a natural phenomenon or the demonstration that the South Pole is also being impacted by global warming. The climate crisis is increasingly affecting marine life. Evidence of this was the June heat wave, which literally cooked mussels in their own shell in Northern California's Bodega Head, thus provoking the largest die-off of mussels in 15 years. This is particularly concerning as mussels are a foundation species. That is, they host a lot of other animals. As a consequence, their death may impact the whole seashore ecosystem. Future occurrences of these die-offs could reconfigure the ecology of California's coastline. I'm Claude Kanakri, and thank you for watching the weekly World Climate Change News.